Let's talk Nelson Cruz. I had somebody wanted to talk about his power, somebody about his stolen bases, somebody about his too high average, and somebody about his durability. Who's first?
Let's delve into something more than just Nelson Cruz can rake, which he can. Okay, last year hamstring problems, 399 at bats. You know, still put up 22 homers, 17 steals. You know, we got him with a fairly, I guess, aggressive, considering he went 399 and 462 the last 2 years in at bats. We got him for 520 at bats. I don't think he's a 318 hitter that he showed last year. I don't think he's the 260 hitter of 09. I think it's the truth is somewhere in between. So we have him at 298. The power is every bit legit. This is legit 30 home run guy, approaching 35. We gave him 34 homers. I mean, Nelson Cruz, I'm sorry, that's his game. Is power. He had 33 homers in 09. He would have gone over 30 again had he not gotten hurt. Remember, 22 and less than 400 at bats. Stolen bases, again, considering that he also played through a hamstring injury for much of the year. One of the other things tied into that in terms of helping him stay on the field and getting at bats is last year they were limited. Is they didn't have the DH spot to put him in. When you got Vlad on your team, you don't have the DH to rest Cruz in the outfield when you want to get his bat in there, but you want to rest the legs. Now, granted, the Rangers have got some different options than DH this year. We can put Michael Young there or with Beltre or whatever, but there's a little more opening for him to rest any nagging injuries in the DH slot, which I think can help keep him on the field. As far as the stolen bases, he's a pretty darn smart base stealer. We're talking about a guy that went last year 17 for 21 on the bases. The year before that, 20 for 24. So the last 2 years, talking about 37 steals, getting caught 8 times. Okay, it's not a guy, a really smart base runner. It doesn't look one of those guys that doesn't look like he's got a lot of speed, but he's got good speed and he's got good instincts on the bases. It's an aggressive projection. It's a career high in at bats. It's a career high in homers by 1, and it ties his career high in steals. But I'm sorry, this guy just needs to stay on the field. There is very little he can't do. He can be a monster this year, and this is one of those guys that I kind of like feeling comfortable taking a stand on for this year because I think some people are going to underrate Nelson Cruz.